Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna show you how I cleared epic hell, and I'm gonna show you the teams I used. I'm gonna show my builds. I'm gonna explain how each stage works and what is the strategy. So I hope this helps you clear epic hell for you, and if you are unable to do it anyway, don't worry, epic hell is not mandatory to get good rewards from this event, but yeah, let's proceed. The teams I used are the following. Here for the first stage I used Zahak, Xenia and Celine. For the second stage I used Samurai Seria, Haste and Raminta. And for the third team I used Lilias, Sirmia and Elfeld. Again, there's possible options that you can use, and I'm gonna say everything. Let's start stage by stage. The first stage, the strategy for the first stage is the boss is gonna spawn 2 minions that are gonna be looking like trees, and your goal is to provoke them, and when they are provoked, if you hit them 3 times, you're gonna remove the boss buff, and that's basically the strategy. That's why you need someone who does provokes. In our case, I'm using Xenia, but there's definitely other options that can do the same job. For example, Cecilia can do provokes. And if you are extremely free to play, like you don't have 5 stars or you miss Xenia and Cecilia, you can definitely make Maya. Her S3 does EUE provoke as well, but yeah, it's gonna be a bit RNG. And I think that's your options. Maybe there's other options that you can possibly use, but these are the 3 options that I can think of. Let me show you the builds really quick. I'm gonna start with the hack. Just to warn you before I show you builds, every build I'm using is for PvP, and I don't really have specific builds, and I'm gonna tell you what stats you want if you're using specific build for this, but it works without that, so if you have them built for PvP, you can probably still make it. This is my Zahak. He's having old build, a bit downgraded from before since I don't use him anymore, but basically what you want is to have damage, and that's it. Specifically for Advent, if you want to build him, you can drop some speed and give him more damage. That's gonna be good. On Artifact, I think it doesn't really matter what you bring. I had this one, it's not even upgraded, but yeah, that's for Zahak. Now the other unit is Xenia, which is probably the most important unit in the team, since she's doing the mechanics. This is my PvP Xenia. As you can see, I'm using her PvP artifact. I have high attack and bulk and speed, and I have effectiveness in it, which is very helpful for this situation, because you need to land the provokes, and you need to have around 100 effectiveness or somewhere like that. But you also need to have effect resistance here, otherwise she can get stripped. If you don't have effect resistance, it makes it a bit RNG. In my case, I don't have effect resistance, so sometimes my runs fail. If you're building her specifically for Advent, you want to get like 100 and something effect resistance, and then give her effect resistance artifact, and she's gonna work perfectly, and she's gonna do the mechanic. And now for the last unit, it's Celine. The reason I'm using Celine is because she can get procced, since the boss skill 3 is a non-attack skill. So she procs and she does damage. Basically the build is just damage, nothing specific. I have kind of ass cheeks gear on her, not the best gear, so this is what it is. She worked. Now to the second team. The strategy for the second team is the boss is gonna spawn some mushrooms that do damage. When their ultimate skill is ready, they're gonna suicide and do a lot of damage to your team. The goal is to control the mushrooms. That's why you wanna bring someone who has control, like stun or sleep. For example, I'm using Raminta, but another good control unit that you can use is Tenebria, the Fire Tenebria. Bao and Cezanne also, I think, can do some control, I think. There are units that you can use, but Raminta is probably one of the best, because she also does a lot of damage, and I have her build. Same thing goes for Summary Syria. She does bombs, and the bombs do a lot of damage and stun, so she's good for that. And then I use haste because I have him built since the previous rift, which was fire units. I have haste built from there. He's good because he does bleeds, defense breaks, and provides some sustain to the team with the lifesteal. So he's a really good option here, but he's definitely not a mandatory. You can use someone else. Now I'm gonna show you the builds real quick. Again, I'm using mostly PP builds, so you're gonna see a PP builds summary serial. This is my old build since her release, just basically high attack and effectiveness. That's how I used Summary Seria back in the day when she released, and I still haven't touched the build. Nothing much to say here. If you're making her specifically for Advent, you want to make her a bit slower, because you don't want her to take the first turn. And yeah, you want to have effectiveness and attack. Maybe you don't need to have 200 effectiveness here. So you can drop some effectiveness for more attack and bulk, so you can kill the boss and mushrooms faster. This is my haste, which I already told you. He's built for the previous rift. So that's a rift build you're gonna see. As you can see, he has good damage stats with good effectiveness, speed, and some bulk. And I'm using Candlestick, so he can use his skills more often. That was the rift build back in the day. So that's what I'm using on him. It works really nice for Advent. And then my Araminta, which is built for PvP. My Araminta build, she's built for PvP. As you can see, I just have good speed, some effectiveness, some attack, with an artifact that provides stun. And yeah, her goal is to CC the mushrooms, apply burns, debuffs. She's nice here, but as I said, you can use someone else who does debuffs. You can probably use Carrot. If you're extremely free to play, you can probably definitely use this character, Carrot. Give her the artifact that provides stun and some effectiveness, and she can work like Araminta as well, but Araminta has higher chance to stun, so probably better unit. And yeah, that's for the second team. And then the third team, the strategy here is basically kill the boss. Since the first two teams removed the buffs that the boss has, the goal of the third team is just to kill the boss. That's why I'm using Sirmia. She's a nuker. She's built for nuking. And I have Lilias, who supports Sirmia with doing more damage with her S3. And then I have Elfeld, who does defense break. There's definitely other options for all of these units. Instead of using Elfeld, who's a limited unit, you can use this guy, who's not limited, and he does both defense break and hit chance debuff with his S3, so he's the best option to do defense break on this boss. But if you don't have either of them, you can use Veronica, who's a free unit. Her S3 also applies defense break, so that's your free-to-play option. And for nuker, you can use some other nuker, like for example, you can use Carmine Rose, who's a free unit as well. I mean, she's a 3-star, so she's pretty free. You can definitely use that. And there's probably some other good fire DPS units that you can use, so there's options for this. And then for this slot, if you're using some other defense breaker and other DPS unit who doesn't have attack buff, the best option for this slot is to use attack buffer, and there's a lot of good options for that. You can use Mascot Hazel, who's another 3-star unit who's free, so you can definitely make a full 3-star team and clear this. Kizunai, if you're feeling fancy, he also gives attack buffs. Ning Ning, if you have, she also gives attack buff. But Hazel is the best because she gives greater attack buff and she's free. So you can definitely, for this team, you can use 3-star units and clear it. Now I'm gonna show you the builds real quick. The builds are not the best, but this is what it is. Let's start with my Lilias. Again, I'm using PP build, so it's not gonna be something crazy. I have high crit damage, some speed and bulk. That was my old PvP Lilius build. If you want to make her specifically for Advent, what I would suggest is just get even more critical damage, so you can do even more damage to the boss. That's about it. My Sirmia, she is wearing some Astrix DPS gear, because I don't really use her. But basically, that's her build. You want to have as much critical damage and as much attack as you can. And she's gonna do her job. And the last unit is my attack buffer. Their stats doesn't really matter that much, but if you want to min-max, just give them damage. I'm gonna show you my attack buffer. I'm using Elfeld because I like Elfeld. But as I said, you can use Eligos or Veronica, and basically the stats you're chasing is damage and speed, because you want to get first turn. And just apply the defense break with your S3. And it's nice to use ignore effect resistance Soulburn. That's why units like Eligos and Veronica are the best. Let me just really quick show you. If you're using Veronica, as you can see, effect resistance ignore. She's also very good, and she's free unit. And Eligos also effect resistance ignore, and he does target and defense break. If you're using someone like Veronica or Elfeld, you want to have Song of Stars. As you can see, my Elfeld has Song of Stars. If you have more upgraded Song of Stars, better, less RNG. But yeah, basically that's the strategy for the 3 teams. That's the 3 teams I'm using. I already told you what other units you can use. Now, before I show you how the run goes for me, I want to say thank you for watching my videos. Like, subscribe, comment to support me. If you have any suggestions or just want to talk to me, you can leave a comment on YouTube. You can contact me on Discord. You can see the Discord information in the description of the video. And yeah, enjoy the showcase.
I was a lonely silhouette, needed somebody to show the way. I was a heartbeat with no sound till you came around. Yeah, you showed me colors, light in the darkness. You were the only thing I needed. Then we got older, but we stayed the same. Swear that we never lost the flame. Nostalgia, you're an echo in my head. Oh, nostalgia, like a symphony of our memories. Oh, nostalgia, don't you ever slip away. Oh, nostalgia, like a symphony of our memories. Oh, like a symphony of our memories. Oh, what if the years turn into gold? The longer we live, yeah, the more we grow. We could be 100 miles apart, but it's never far. Yeah, you show me colors, light in the darkness. You were the only thing I needed. Then we got older, but we stayed the same. Swear that we never lost the flame. No, nostalgia, right away. When I see you dancing, I know you're addicted. It's some kind of magic. We both know it right away. I can hear the party, don't want it to end. Getting real excited. I feel this vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me. Oh, right away. I feel this vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me. Oh, right away.
I'll bet my entire fortune on victory. All right, try me.